Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I want to compare the new products from Covergirl. I have the blush, the bronzer, and their new finishing powder. I have it in the lightest shade, Sugar Cookie, and everyone has been saying that they're very similar to the Hourglass products. So I want to compare it today. I found Hourglass blush, bronzer, and finishing powder that are close in the shade to these that I have from Covergirl. I'm going to use one side of my face with Covergirl, the other side with Hourglass, and we're going to see what the finished product is, if they really are similar or not. I've always found that Hourglass has a special formula that is hard to copy. It is amazing. It is very lightweight, very ethereal-like, and they just look very natural and beautiful on the skin. I do love these two products from Covergirl, and I've tested this one out a couple of times and I do like it, but I'm not sure. I have not compared it to the Hourglass myself, so I want to see how it looks. I'm not convinced that it is a total dupe, but we're going to find out. So we're going to start with the bronzer. I'm going to do my right side with the Covergirl, the left side with Hourglass. So we're going to start with the bronzer, and this is in 310 Toasted Butterscotch. And this is, I believe, the second shade up. There's one that is lighter than this one, and then there's a couple that are darker than this one. So I'm using the same, not the same brush. I have two of the same brushes, one for Hourglass and one for Covergirl, but I have like the same brush for both, but they're different brushes. Confusing, right? So anyways, I'm gonna start with, oops, no. I'm going to start with the bronzer immediately, right? I start on the wrong foot. I feel like this bronzer is very pretty. I think that it's not, it would be hard to overdo it. It does have a little bit of a glow, but it doesn't have any kind of like shimmer or any kind of shimmery particles or anything like that. I think it's very pretty, very, very pretty. And it looks really nice on the skin. Let me move you guys up. I think you'll be able to see better how this looks. So I think it looks very pretty. I think it looks pretty neutral. If anything, I think it has like a little bit of a pink, and if you see it, it is kind of marbled with like pink in it. And I love bronzers that have a little bit of pink or red in it. I think they're very flattering on the skin, at least on my skin. I really do enjoy it. So we are going to, this is the Covergirl, like I said. And we're going to just do a little bit of that. All right, so I think I overdid it a little bit. So this is a powder brush, that the powder that I use on my face, I'm just going over that right there. All right, so now we are going to use a bronzer from this palette, and I'll show you the difference between the two. This is the Covergirl, and this is the one from Hourglass. It's this one right here. And if you look closely, you'll see that it also has like a little bit of pink running through it. Not as, you can't see it quite as much, and maybe because I've used this bronzer several times and it's kind of all mixed together, but they're pretty close in the shade. So I'm going to take another clean brush, the same kind of brush, and I'm going to put it through this bronzer here. And I had to build the Covergirl a little bit, and I feel like the Hourglass, you'll also have to build it a little bit. Now the difference in price is a big one, because you can buy the Hourglass. I mean, I have this one in a palette, but you can buy the Hourglass in a single also. But as you can see, it also has like a little bit of pink like the Covergirl does. Now I think this is a little more pigmented than the Covergirl. I'm sleeping on silk pillowcases, and I still have sheet marks here. I don't know what I did last night, and it's already like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I don't get it. Okay, let me put a little bit on my neck. I feel like I had to build the Covergirl a little more than I did the Hourglass, but is it that big of a difference? No, it's not. All right, so now for blush. I have this one from Covergirl, and this one is in the shade Rose Latte. And this is a beautiful, beautiful blush. It is so pretty. Again, it is marbled, and I'm sure you guys know a lot of the Hourglass products are marbled also. That is the Covergirl. Okay, I am going to use this brush right here for this, for the Covergirl. And we are going to go right in. This is a beautiful blush. So, so pretty. So absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see, even though it looked light, it's pretty pigmented. Okay, and then now for the Hourglass, we're going to use this one right here. And this one is in the shade, the bronzer was Bronze Light. The blush is Luminous Rose. So we're going to use the same kind of brush. We're going to dip it in there. And again, I feel like this is a little more pigmented maybe than the Covergirl, but they look pretty much the same. The finish, the Covergirl looks a little more luminous. I don't know if you guys can tell. Looks like it has like a little bit more of a glow, but very little. They're very, very, very similar. And what I'm going to do, I know the Covergirl is long lasting, and I know this one is long lasting, but I'm going to wear my makeup for at least 8 hours today, so I won't take it off till after 9 o'clock in the evening. But I will leave a note if either one of them faded or how it looked. If I remember, I'll take a picture and include it so that you guys can see at the end of the night what it looked like, but I can promise I don't always remember to take pictures. So I think both of those are very, very, very close. Let me swatch this for you. So these are the shades. Now the Covergirl looks like a little cooler pink, but I think on my face they look pretty similar. But really what I'm trying to find is not so much a shade match, but I want to see if the formula is similar, if they perform the same. You know, I'm not going to have the exact, I own a lot of Hourglass, but I couldn't find an exact shade. But it's still pretty close. And I think, like I said, on the cheek, I don't think you can really tell the difference. Okay, and now for the powder. We're going to use the powder on this side of the face for the Covergirl. And like I said, this is in the lightest shade that they have, Sugar Cookie. And I'm going to swatch this for you. And this is the brush I'm going to use. I'm going to use the 104 by BK Beauty. I found that I didn't find this as glowy as the Hourglass. I also find that it has like a little more coverage than the Hourglass. This is supposed to be a finishing powder just like the Hourglass. So this is something that you're supposed to apply like at the end when you're done with your makeup. You kind of go through your entire face, and this is how you're going to put like the icing on the cake. You're basically just doing like a final sweep of your skin and just let all the products kind of marry together. And, you know, just give yourself like a light ethereal glow to your skin. But I don't find this one to be as glowy. Can you guys see any kind of glow from this powder? It's nice. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I think it's a little blurring, and it is pretty, but I don't know if I would say it's the same as the Hourglass. Okay, so this is the shade for this. And I have this palette that is 3 different finishing powders. So I'm going to go with this one. To me, that's the closest one. And I don't know if this tells me which one it is. So it doesn't give me the name of the finishing powder. Okay, this is the Covergirl. This is the Hourglass. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I see a little bit more glow on the Hourglass for sure. Okay, so I'm going to take the same brush, go into the Hourglass, and just go over my skin. I love Hourglass powders. And now they have released, I think I told you guys on the last video, they have released palettes that you can build, which I think is such a great idea. So instead of just releasing the ones during Christmas, limited edition shades most of the time, they now you can go and make your own palette. So to tell you the truth, they look about the same. Once I have it on, they look the same. So let me know if you can see a difference. I don't see a difference. looking at my skin. Now, sometimes when my natural oils come in, my makeup will look a little different. So again, I will try to take pictures at 9 o'clock before I take this off, and I'll leave a pinned comment letting you know how this looked by the end of the night. But right now, I don't see any different. So this you can find at Walmart. This is where I found it for $9.99. Each one of these is $9.99. I believe they're a little more like at Ulta. I think they're like $13.99 or something like that. So this is a lot cheaper. You can buy all 3 of these for less than you can buy one of their palettes. Okay? Yeah, just about. So anyways, I will link everything below. I'll link them at Walmart, where I found them the least expensive. And these keep selling out. I had to wait a little bit to get it because the first time I went to go get it, it was sold out. I think they're beautiful. They look very, very pretty on the skin. And really, if I didn't know any better, I wouldn't be able to tell which one is Hourglass and which one is L'Oreal. I'm just trying to, over here where my hair is, it's like a little, it's collected there a little bit. But I can't tell which one is which. So on my eyes today, I used the Sigma Vintage Radiance again. I like this look a lot more than the one that I did on my video. On my video, I wasn't that thrilled about the palette. And I have to say that I think this look is very, very pretty. I did use a glitter glue today, and I have less fallout. And the only reason I have a little bit of fallout is because I didn't have any fallout when I added. I have this on my outer crease, this all over my lid, and I did the glitter glue under that. But then I went over it with this one right here, which is a topper, and that's the one that gave me a little bit of fallout. But I like this look. I think this look is very, very pretty. All right, you guys, so let me know what you think. Can you tell a difference between the left side and the right side? Have you tried any of the Covergirl? I think they're really, really beautiful. And if you've been wanting to try some of the Hourglass, this is an excellent option for you. You get a lot of product. You get, let me see if I can tell over here, 0.28 ounces or 8 grams of product. And yeah, they all have the same amount. They all have the same amount of product. So you do get a lot. It will take you a long time to get through one of these. I think it looks beautiful. Absolutely. I have been using these a lot. All right, you guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I love you. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.